In this video, we have 3 different penny stocks that have a lot of potential, a lot of catalyst, and one of these is 60% shorted, gaining a lot of strong volume is coming in today. I have a 0.001 $18 million market cap penny stock that just received a historic $2 billion valuation. And not only that, Brian Cuban just joined their advisory board just a few months ago, back in February, which, if you don't know who that is, he's the younger brother of the former principal owner of the Dallas Mavericks, which is Mark Cuban, which has a net worth of just around or just over $5 billion. Is you might have seen him on Shark Tank, and he is a very wealthy person with a lot of connections. And obviously, Brian Cuban is his younger brother, which just joined the advisory board of this $18 million 0.001 penny stock. So you have to watch every single minute of this video so you do not miss this play. Smash that like button if you are enjoying this content. Make sure you have notifications on and everything like that. I have a $1 stock that just received an $8 price target today by H.C. Wainwright, and they also, this is a $3 million company with a 2.5 million share flow that actually just received a significant rapid response partnership vehicle, which is a RRPV award from BARDA, which is amounting to $25 million in funding. Or this is an award, so they were awarded $24 million, and their market cap is sitting at $3 million. This is a no-brainer. I think this one could easily double. And not only that, they received another $5 plus price target by another analyst. We will talk about the one. So they have this funding, which may increase to $45 million. And this company is a promising candidate prospect for their COVID-19 vaccine. So any news with their trials that are advancing rapidly could further spike this one up, but this is some huge news. Earlier, this one spiked all the way up to $1.50. Is currently back down to $1.10 as of right now at lunchtime. And guys, I do have a 60% shorted play, like I said, that has some very strong volume coming in today. Shorts have a very strong position in this company. That's why we are watching this one. We want to look at is ticker AEMD, which is sitting at 60% short interest. Actually has went up to 62% as right now, looking at the live short interest on Ortex, Aethleon Medical, which actually is a potential bird flu play. When we do get news, this one does tend to run up with ISPC and the other ones as well. So as of right now, this one is sitting at 70 cents, actually wicked up to 80 cents at one point today. If we do hold over this 75-cent level, I think we can see a bigger move. And guys, keep in mind, this is a highly shorted company. Looks like they're, shorts are really going to try, actually had some news come out earlier, and shorts are really trying to keep this one down. But if we do get enough volume from retail and maybe another PR or something to push this one up, or if we do break out of this level right here, could see a very nice squeeze. Next stock we have to look at is a 0.0016 play that actually had a historic $2 billion valuation that just came out just yesterday. This is a $18 million company, 20 billion authorized shares, 10.4 billion outstanding. So a horrible share structure, but we are covering this one because it did get this historic $2 billion valuation. Actually ran up 200% yesterday based off that news. Based off that news was a tiny $5 million or $6 million company, something like that. And Mark Cuban's younger brother did just join the advisory board just in February of this year, I believe. So obviously something is going on with this company worth looking at. So you can see, guys, Cannabis Bioscience International Holdings Inc. just yesterday, the 17th, unleashes the potential of cannabis. Cannabis Bioscience International Holdings receives a historic $2 billion valuation. So this is a company dedicated to the medicinal cannabis research for over 15 years. So this is an achievement, is a testament of the paradigm shift, which will allow patients in the medical industry to consider cannabinoids as the first option and not a last resource. Is down 7% today, which isn't that much, which could be an opportunity. But like I said, guys, OTC pink plays are very high risk. You should only put money into these plays that you are willing to lose. Actually, any penny stock trade, you should understand how much you're willing to lose before entering the trade. Worth watching just based off this $2 billion valuation from Stonebridge Advisory. So we have Stock Picks NYC, which put out some really good research on this company. Actually put out some more research today, which is a 36-page investor presentation, including the cannabis products that they're developing. Also shows Mark Cuban's brother, Brian Cuban, on board. So obviously has some very big connections based off Mark Cuban's younger brother being on the board, just off that alone. So right now I'm going to go over another parabolic penny stock running opportunity that can absolutely explode. And then later in the video, after I cover this one, I'm going to do a full another recap on CBIH and the products they're developing and more research on the company. So make sure you watch this entire video so you can learn more about CBIH and why they received this $2 billion valuation as a 15 or $14 million company trading at 0.001. Like I keep saying, it's GOVX, Geovax Labs Inc., which actually received an $8 price target, currently trading at $1. Also received another $5 or $6 price target we're going to talk about. But basically they had some very good results. A 10,000 participant randomized phase 2B study will evaluate and compare Geovax's multi-antigen vaccine candidate to an approved vaccine against COVID-19 under BARDA's Clinical Studies Network. So guys, something you really have to realize is that Project NextGen is a $5 billion initiative by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services to develop innovative vaccines and therapeutics, providing broader and more durable protection against current and future COVID-19 viral strains. So Project NextGen, which is a $5 billion initiative, like I said, is funding this $3 million company, basically giving them a $25 million award, which can basically increase to $45 million or just around that, for basically to further develop their COVID-19 vaccine. So basically looking at the chart right here, guys, this one was trying to hold support just around 110 cents or 110 right here. Actually spiked up to $1.50 earlier. It has came all the way back down. We'll see what happens if it does hold this level right here, but trading at $1.09 as of right now. This is one you have to watch very closely with this very big news. So any further cases with COVID-19, or like I said, this is a bird flu type play as well that runs with those whenever that sector is trending. Under this agreement, Geovax will sponsor a 10,000 participant randomized phase 2B double-blinded study to compare the efficacy, safety, and whatever that is of their vaccine with a U.S., with the FDA approved mRNA COVID-19 vaccine. And preparations for the study are underway, and execution of the study will be fully funded by BARDA under its Clinical Studies Network. So another thing to keep an eye on is if this study does go well, they get positive results, this one could absolutely explode. And not only that, so looking at this, as they are advancing their COVID-19 vaccine, they have the potential to be a very big candidate prospect for the COVID-19 vaccine, which could be very big. I already explained this. The direct award to Geovax is $24.3 million, which may increase to $45 million, which will fund the manufacturing of clinical materials and support for the phase 2B clinical trial, including regulatory activities. And BARDA has made separate awards through its Clinical Studies Network to support execution of the study. So they have separate awards, and that funding will represent approximately $343 million from the Project NextGen program for a CRO to execute the clinical trial using Geovax's vaccine. So this is very big. And not only that, something you have to look at, this trial will advance their MVA platform in infectious diseases. So not only for their COVID-19 disease, this actually can be used for other infectious diseases and will help them further with, studies with that. So this is a very big trial. Could see some positive news and spike from that. Reason they just received a $8 price target from HC Wainwright, and then another $5 or $6 price target from another analyst. One that could potentially have a run based off trial news, the bird flu, if that, basically if that sector trends up again, and if COVID-19 has any new variants that come out or any news with that. So it does have catalyst here, does have this very big funding, which could increase even further. At this tiny $1, $3 million company is, directly tied to this $5 billion initiative by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. So Geovax Labs, Inc., GOVX, is on high watch. At this 37-page presentation, you can basically go on, StockPicks NYC's Twitter page and get the full PDF right here and just look through it yourself. You can see Brian Cuban on the board and a lot of information about the company. Basically, they have a lot of research about their cannabinoids, which are the main chemical compounds of the cannabis plant. These include THC, CBD, CBC, CBN, and CBG. Several cancers: breast cancer, prostate cancer, leukemia, skin cancer, and lymphoma, and much more, that are in experimental that basically in experimental situations can be killed by cannabinoids alone. And their project is the research of the effect of cannabinoids in the treatment of medical conditions such as cancer, COVID, opioid addiction, and chronic pain, among many others. Pfizer, which is one of the biggest companies in the medical field, bets on medical cannabis with a $7 billion acquisition. See, this just shows the demand for the market that they are purely divested in. So this is actually good to see. You can see their team right here. You can see Brian Cuban is the director right here. So obviously there is something worth looking at with this tiny company, which is actually, this one is down 20% as of right now, trading at 0.0014 after that big massive run just yesterday. The global CBD oil and CBD consumer health market is expected to grow from $39.5 billion in 2022 to $50 billion in 2023, which is a CAGR, a compound annual growth rate of 25%. And then they say the cannabinoid CBD market to reach $55.8 billion by 2028, which is a CAGR of just under 50%. So a very big, fast, aggressively growing market they are diving into. So the company says by 2025 they will have developed capsules, ointments, syrups, oils, suppositories, orally disintegrating tablets, and many more products to aid in the treatment of different medical conditions. So they have a very big lineup and pipeline of products they want to release in the next year or two. Have these capsules, these CBD drops, and have a product that is, Canna Sutra or whatever, which is a signature formulation in soft gels to help with erectile dysfunction. So some of you guys are, watching this might actually want to get into this, but this is one that, is an ideal to enhance the sex drive and libido of achieving the connection or whatever. That's basically what it does. You can see these people are very satisfied, it looks like, by this product that, basically they want to release. And then they have, Canna Valentine, which actually is for the ladies, which can provide self-relief from vaginal dryness and the annoyance and pain it can cause. So also are not only in a market for men, but women as well. And this is also a libido enhancer. So definitely are in a wide variety of products. Like I said, have the products for opioid addiction. Guys, you can basically just go on this and look at this presentation yourself. I'm not going to go through all of it, but this is one you have to watch, with apparently a lot of plans in their pipeline and a lot of big connections we're looking at